So I've been single now for 8 months, and I feel like 2024 is my year to get back into dating again. So I'm getting back on Miss Hinge. But first and foremost, I need to do a big profile refresh because I haven't changed these prompts in years. And even though I did get into 2 relationships with them, they're just not giving what I need them to give. So even though they surprisingly served me well then, it's just time for an update to reflect where I'm at in my life now. So I'm adding my dating intentions immediately, which is to be in a long-term relationship. At my ripe age, I'm looking for someone to grow with, so we're not wasting any time there. And we've got to change these prompts. I'm literally so uncreative when it comes to these things, but they need a little love. This is better, right? I also updated a couple of my pictures because some of them were a little old. Okay, so much better. So I'm really looking for that I want to love you and spoil you until we're really old type of relationship, you know? So let me know how I did. And I'd love any tips you have for using Hinge to find a serious relationship too.
First of all, let me point out the obvious. Dating apps rarely end up in those together forever relationships. Sorry, ladies, but those things really are used mostly for hookups. Be them one-night stands or longer-term hookups. It's just not going to give the end results you desire most of the time. Sister, those apps are basically the virtual streets. And although fixing and updating her profile is a plus, let's not act like she isn't going to be swiping on the top-tier guys, thinking she can get those thunderslongs to commit to only her taco. Let me come at this from a different angle. The men who would be willing to be long-term husbands for women like her that actually are on those apps are going to be ignored more than a potato salad at a barbecue. Women always want some perfect, pre-assembled man to fall madly in love with them and give them the world. While at the same time, women don't stop to think about how they are all dating the same guy. But soon, even this queen is going to settle for a beta imp chump. All he has to do is promise her a big house and be thankful he gets to put a ring on the woman who swipes right for Chad/Tyrone. Damn! Moving on.
Why is every guy's favorite line, "Yeah, but I'm different"? No, you're not. But sure, let's give you a try, okay? A little trial run, little 7-day free trial, okay? Then you exactly show me why you're just like my ex-boyfriend. Babe, if I wanted to date my ex-boyfriend, I could just unblock him and hit him up, okay? I don't want him. And I don't want this little spawn of his twin that you're becoming right now. It's just very not cute. Well, I feel like I'm more content single. I'm more happy. I'm more go-lucky, you know? Because I'm just not for this whole dating scene. Whatever this dating scene is, I don't want any part of it, okay? Like, this whole secret society, dating, talking stage, whatever you want to call it. Then we're like 3 months in and you're like, yeah, I'm just really not ready for a relationship. What? What do you mean? You know? Why did you pursue me? You pursued me, you know? Cool. That's boy math for you. Boy math is talking to a girl for 3 months and then, all of a sudden you're not ready for a relationship. Awesome.
This really spoke volumes about her and not about what is wrong with those men. Okay, sweetie, let me point out the not so obvious. Chances are that the main reason guy you are dating now is so similar to your ex-boyfriend is probably because that is the type of man you attract. And it is also the type of man you are into. I bet she didn't go too far away from where she met her ex-boyfriend to find the cookie-cutter player she hooked up with this time. That also is the direct reason why at 3 months, those men are not committing because it's all you there, sister. You are the one letting the players hit that like a punching bag at the gym. Boy math is simple. It's you plus treating you just like the last dude did equals I can hit that now.
Yeah, boy.
Ladies, this just shows how age doesn't really matter since between 21 and into their 50s, women are always dating the same type of man who lays down some supreme pipe. Let's be honest here. This isn't the type of girl who's going to go to communion to find her a good husband that will give her the white picket fence dream house. Don't even act like she doesn't go for the ripped up tatted bad boy that is going to plow her like a work mule.
I can feel him running through my veins. He's still in me.
Before we go on, I want to bring attention to the fact that 79% of my viewers are not subscribed to my channel. Come on, you've seen my logo on other channels and you are here now. Just hit that subscribe button and support the channel. That's all I need to continue to make content for you to watch. Moving on.
Okay, great. Then what?
After you tell single people to get hobbies and go to classes and do all this stuff and they don't meet somebody, then what? This is why we don't give dating advice, because when you give it and it doesn't work, there are zero consequences for you, but there are lots of consequences for the single person that just exhausted themselves trying to do all this just to find a partner. I am so tired of us pretending like any of this works. I am so tired of us pretending like the people who are doing this aren't in couples. I am so tired of us pretending like single men do any of this Sell someplace else. We are all stocked up here. Do not give single people dating advice, because when it doesn't work, you don't have to answer for it. We do. You have no idea where single people are going to find their partners. I have no idea where single people are going to find our partners. We don't know. That's the point. That's why we don't give dating advice. We just let single people live. In fact, that's the only dating advice I will give. Just live your life. Do the things you love to do because you love to do them, not because you think you might meet a partner there. But we are all going to stop pretending like the first thoughts that popped into our head is what's going to lead the single person we're talking to the love of their lives. Because we don't know, and you insult single people when you pretend to be psychic.
Dated much? As much as I agree with her about the bulk of these modern dating coaches who give out their primo love tips, I find it hilarious when those same dating coaches are single themselves. And for this queen's I am single, lonely, frustrated vibes, dude, it was super evident. I mean, it was in the eyes. It was in her body posture. It was in those subtle moments where her voice cracked. But ladies, this gorilla has to point something out here. Can I ask the stupid question of why did this queen decide to follow the bad dating advice?
God, Karen, you are so stupid.
I mean, no one forced her to listen to the self-proclaimed dating guru who doesn't have a man, and telling them not to give out dating advice isn't the answer. You shouldn't have listened. Toots, let me point something out with my gorilla math. Taking advice from a person who isn't happily married is equal to taking financial advice from someone who is homeless. Why are you mad? Look in the mirror. You will see the person responsible for her own decisions. Okay, if I can tell my male viewers the reason they got divorce violated was because they didn't vet their ex-wives properly and they didn't prepare for divorce, I can tell you queens to take your annoyance and tears straight out the front door and park that crap on the curb, because damn, this is a you problem.
Now that's a lot of damage.
Moving on.
I genuinely cannot handle being ghosted again. This is like the 4th or 5th time in a row of going out with a guy. It's great. We set up plans for a 2nd date or a 3rd date, and that day of date comes and like nothing. I can't get a text. I can't get an answered phone call. Like nothing. Just complete 180 from how it was on the date in person. I don't get it. Like I cannot handle it anymore. I'm done with dating apps. Like the fact that I haven't been able to eat and I just want to sleep, and I'm just so down because this keeps happening, and all I can think is that like I'm not good enough. That's the only common denominator here, and I don't know how to fix it. I don't know what to do. But like, I can't keep doing this.
Oh, poor you. The world is such a cruel place. Sweetie, this is the part where my male viewers are gonna say, oh, welcome to our world. Not just did modern queens invent ghosting, they led the charge in it like General Custer. Men are so used to getting ghosted, they sometimes think that the women on those dating apps all hang out at the graveyards. Women can take it, but they can't dish it out. And instead of doing like men do, as in silently taking the L and moving on, no, they have to make an internet video to spill their business and to try to get some sympathy for their fifis on the internet. The world hasn't ended because a man dipped out on you. Are we all supposed to believe this woman has never ghosted a man? I mean, one minute she is texting more than a spam bot, and the next minute the guy said something that gave her the ick, and she went as silent as the grave. Suck it up, Buttercup. I am sorry, but I have little compassion when women can't handle what they have been doing to men from the get-go. But hey, sister, look at the bright side. At least we know your therapist is going to make a good chunk of change trying to undo this mess, and he probably has a good reference point from these insightful videos of your current mental state.
Show me the money!
Moving on.
If you don't want to use dating apps ever again, this video is for you. I met my current boyfriend in the wild, organically. It's not as hard as it sounds. I've been off Hinge for like the entire summer since the spring, and it's been going really great. It's super easy. All you have to do is go into the world, be yourself, stay open, and date your coworkers. Date your coworkers, date your friends, date people. Here's how you sort of see if you're doing it right. Date people where, like, if you think down the line, if we break up, will my life be over? If the answer is yes, date that person. Date that person even if you're not sure about him, even if you're like, oh, we could kiss one time and then call it. Like, just go for it. Like, that's because you want to really be dating people where it's like, my job performance is impacted, my social standing is impacted. Like, you just do that. And that's how I met my boyfriend. And if we break up, I like will have to move. And I'm excited and things are going great. So good luck out there and keep after it.
Did she actually say date your coworkers? That is a fast-track way to have HR so deep up your rear end, you will be able to taste the printer toner from the harassment forms waiting for you on the other side. To my younger male viewers, I am going to advise, don't take number 2 where you eat. And dating a chicken head from the office you work at is equal to taking a massive dump on your own dinner plate. Now, her saying dating your friends is more plausible, but let me be honest, ladies. If you left a guy you could see yourself dating in the friend zone for years, chances are he already made up his mind that you are going to be a long-term FWB and not much more than that. Why?
How come? Tell me why! Say it! Say it!
Because if he isn't a beta imp chump, he already knows he was never your number 1 draft pick. And after hearing how Chad/Tyrone broke your heart after slamming you with the devil's pipe a dozen times, you no longer are your friend's pick either, other than bedroom fun. Let's face it, the way she described her now current boyfriend, he isn't much more than a placeholder. Yeah, he is good enough for now, but how long will the good times last? Also, she is dating someone who, if they break up, she has to move out? Yeah, Colleen. Tell us you started slamming your male roommate without telling us. Well, I guess the rent had to be covered somehow.
I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.